Next, we have kind of a special treat, and one that I hope is okay with Tyler. Tyler was our valedictorian this year, class of 2023, and when we found out that he was planning to attend, we asked if he would give his valedictorian speech to all of us because it was so powerful, so meaningful, and we're really honored to include you as the newest member of our alumni group, Tyler. So let's welcome Tyler Peter.
Standing at this lectern and facing you all, it feels quite surreal. I see some familiar faces, but also a lot of unfamiliar ones. Yet now I am one of you. This is my first reunion, and maybe it was too soon to come, yet here I am. Almost a month ago, I was standing out there on Grad Green with a full face of tears, giving a speech to the entire school, families of students and alumni, which happened to make over 3/4 of them cry. Now I'm here. I am giving a speech to you all as someone who has just been welcomed into alumnihood, as all of you have already been. This past month, life has felt weird for me. I no longer attend this place. I no longer will have experiences like what I had here. I still have the friendships that I had when I was here, but it will not be the same. I will have cool experiences at Kalamazoo College, but it will not be the same. Because I will not be here, surrounded by those I attended with in the way that I was, surrounded by the family that I had here in the way that I was. Holy shit, I'll be attending college in about 2 months. In exactly 1 month, I will turn 18. And it honestly feels like a fever dream. It's such a weird feeling to not be a student here anymore. It feels weird to transition into this next phase of life, and it feels different each time it happens. But this experience helped to push me into the next one. What a great segue into my valedictorian speech. Once, a father and his son went to a kite flying festival. The son became very happy when he saw the sky full of colorful kites. He asked his father to get him a kite from the vendor so that he could fly one like the other children. The father obliged and went and bought the son a kite and a spool of thread. The son began to fly the kite, and it soon flew high into the sky. After a while, the son said, "I feel that the thread is preventing the kite from flying any higher. Can we cut it free?" The father said yes and cut it free, and the kite began to fly higher. This made the son very happy. But then, the kite began to stall and fall out of the sky, and it crashed to the ground. The son was surprised to see this. He had cut the kite loose so it could fly higher, but instead it plummeted to the ground. He asked his father, "Why did it fall?" "I thought that after cutting the thread, it would fly higher." The father explained, "Son, we often think that some things we are tied to are preventing us from going higher. The thread was not holding this kite back, but it was keeping it supported in the air, even when the wind slowed down or picked up. You helped the kite to go higher, and you guided it with that thread. And when we cut this thread, it fell down because it had no support or guidance. Sometimes we feel that we can progress quickly to reach newer heights in our life if we are not tied up with our friends, our family, our home, or our past. But we fail to realize that all these things will help us survive in tough times in our lives with their support and encourage, so that they encourage us to reach higher heights in our life. They are not holding us back, but they are supporting us, and we should never, ever let go of them. Throughout these past 4 years, my class has been growing and facing challenges each and every year. We've all been to hell and back, but we have survived it all together with the help of each other. Trials and tribulations didn't really begin until COVID, and when it hit back during the start of Caroline's Dax's in my spring semester in my freshman year. I remember how during the morning announcements, Mrs. Diamond told us that we all had to pack up and get home ASAP, and that we would be continuing online over Zoom. I wish we had used some other more organized system, but hey, without it, we wouldn't have gotten to where we were. It was painful being home and away from everyone that I cared for, and it was hard when contact with those people was taken away from me over that summer. We came back during my sophomore year and joined the bunch. We then had to endure 2-week-long quarantines and class via Zoom in our rooms. It was absolutely unbearable to have to see the faces of my classmates through a screen, even though I was already on campus with them. We transitioned into in-person classes with social distancing and masking and papers with a maximum number of people that can be allowed inside rooms plastered on every single door. It felt so irregular and uncomfortable. We had to stay longer, and things like October and February break were completely eliminated. J-term was moved to May. Since it was a pandemic, we couldn't do an international trip. Instead, there was a kayak canoe paddleboarding class kayak canoe and paddleboarding class offered during that term. And I was the only one who attended. But some good came out of that year because I took that kayak down the Platte River for the end of that year's spring exploratory. During our junior year, we added Josh, Andrew, Alucard, Ricky, Hallie, and Maddie into the fold during the fall and Reese and Issa during the spring. Drama was rampant that year, and it was a great annoyance to overcome. And it was the challenge that year, but it was normal, of course, this being a high school but more tightly knit as we all lived together. I believe that all helped us to prepare for college life, as we'd all be in dorms of our own, at our own colleges, dealing with stuff like this as soon as this fall. Senior year gave us Connor, and the challenges we face as a senior class lean more towards the exploratories, challenges designed to bring us closer. I feel that all of these things have brought this class closer together, and I'm happy to spend these 4 years with them. They brought us things like bonfires, cookouts, proms, millions of inside jokes, heroes, D&D, art, hibachi trips, hair dyeing, beach walks, paintball, and the most beautiful sunsets that you've ever seen on our very own beach. When we pass through the tunnel of people after this, we will not be cutting our strings, but we will be tying on a new string and moving into the next chapter of our lives. And as we all tie on this new string so that we continue to reach new heights, I hope you all remember that first string and how we will always be connected to each other through our experience at Leelanau. It has been an honor to have attended these past 4 years, and it has been an honor to call you all my family. And I hope that you all will fly high with me. Thank you. I'd like to welcome Mr. Hansen to the stand now.
All right. Way to go. You can see why this is such a great place. I mean, I finally tell the story of when Tyler toured before, when he was shopping for schools, and to have a relationship with a young person for that many years, and to watch the development and the joy and the confidence and the perspective and the wisdom is really uplifting for us that got to work with you, Tyler. So this is always your home. You're always welcome here, and you're part of this great family and this tradition right now. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, huh?